Hello everyone. Today I thought that I would go back to something very near and dear to my heart, which is fitness. I am going to attempt to record a gym vlog today. I have not done one of these in a fucking minute, so we don't know what's gonna really happen. We're just gonna do our best attempt. I'm gonna hit back today, so nothing super exciting. But yeah, let's just get fucking to it. Okay, so apart from the pre-workout, I will be taking this with me. I usually add either trace mineral drops or like some type of electrolytes. Sometimes that can be like a packet of liquid IV or something similar. You can also take a Gatorade. Sometimes I take Gatorades, but I tend to go for the sugar-free Gatorades, which may not meet the requirements for an intra-workout drink because some people do need the sugar. So once again, don't quote me on any of this, but all this stuff that I'm doing is things that I've learned to do with all the years that I've been going to the gym. And then obviously all of these things, as you're mixing your potions, is another way to start putting yourself into the mindset of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to manifest when you're going to the gym, and putting in those energies to work, the physical ones as well as the mental and emotional ones. I've also been making it one of my goals to increase my water intake because I've always been really bad at that ever since I was little. So right now my goal is just making sure I get half a gallon of water a day in a minimum, which is only 64 ounces. My goal is to get closer to a gallon. This container right here, this baby, I've shown it before. That one carries 64, or has the capacity to carry 64 ounces of water. And that's how I measure how much I drink, because I'll pour from here. Every morning I'll fill it up to the top, and then I'll pour from there to make sure that the 64 are done. I'm almost done with the 64 for the day, but that's not accounting what I need to drink while I'm at the gym, nor the pre-workout that I just shook. And it doesn't sound like it's hard, but if you're not used to prioritizing your water, it can get pretty difficult. I don't even know, we need to stop, but we just got to the gym, and we're gonna quickly go over what our intentions are for the workout. I personally, if I'm not working on some big magical ritualistic type of thing, the bare minimum that I like to do is focusing on what I'm hitting that day. Today I'm gonna be hitting back, and I think about what that means to me metaphorically and what that means to me physically. So a strong back means a back that's able to carry things, even those things that may seem too heavy to carry. So I'm already back home and I already changed my clothes because they're full of sweat. The only reason that I don't shower right away is because I like to eat right away. So that's what we're doing right now. We're preparing some food. But the workout was freaking amazing. Everything felt amazing. I know for a fact that the sole reason that I felt that much more amazing, even though I haven't been consistently lifting, because I stopped consistently lifting for a while due to the fact that I got my period, and it was a really heavy period. I haven't had a period that heavy in a really long time, and I know it was due to the fact that I had been consistently running for a month and a half when I got that period. So it was like my whole body and my system was adjusting, and it gave me a heavy period. So I let my body rest. And that's also something that I had been working on for over a year, because my typical go-to is, it doesn't matter if I'm on my period, I gotta do what I gotta do. Obviously that mindset changed, and I think it's for the better that I did that for myself. I guess I was just trying to say I had an amazing workout. Oh yeah, that's right, I was talking about conditioning. Because I had been focusing on becoming just, I don't want to say better at running, but just being able to run, being able to jog. It improved my conditioning to the point where I went and lifted, even though I hadn't lifted in like 2 weeks, and the lift was amazing. Also, my nutrition's been a little bit better. Like I said, I've been focusing on hydration, and my supplements are all right. They're not the best they've ever been, but that's okay, because supplements are just like the cherry on top. They're not necessary. It also depends on your own personal needs. So I guess, like, I don't want to speak generally on anything, because everybody's personal needs are going to come into they should be coming into consideration when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I did want to talk a little bit about what was going on in my mind when I was doing my back day today. And for me, I've had a lower back injury in the past. not due to lifting exactly. So this is gonna sound really funny, or maybe not, I don't know. But I was learning how to do wheelies on a motorcycle, and I ended up 12 o'clocking and then hitting back. So the back of the motorcycle, it popped up, and then it like did this jolt real quick, and it hit the back end of the motorcycle on the cement, and my tailbone, when I dropped, because the motorcycle dropped me, my tailbone took that hit on the pavement. And obviously it was traumatic for my physical body. Luckily, nothing was completely wrong apart from the fact that I had a swollen butt cheek and it was like black for a whole month. It was a really hard fall. It practically knocked the wind out of me because it didn't fully. And I had an army crawl out of the middle of the street because this was like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I know, reckless Jasmine. I think I was like 24 or something. But anyways, due to that injury, because I had been lifting prior to that. So it's not like I hadn't been lifting before. I was doing deadlifts, so none of that was new to me. But after that injury, it's like my lower back has been a little more sensitive to movements. So if I'm not, you know, bracing my core and really making sure that I'm stable, then a lower back injury or tweak can occur a lot more easily. And that's something that I've just had to deal with ever since I had that accident. So with that being said, it's really important for me to strengthen my back, my core in general, like the whole front, back, and sides of it. But specifically my low back is like this, I don't want to say point of fear, but I'm very cautious when I'm doing movements that I feel in my low back, because you should be bracing, right? So what I'm visualizing when I am bracing or when I'm hitting movements that may tweak my lower back if I'm not careful, I really try to visualize kind of like my lower back is made out of metal and it's stable and strong. It doesn't curve, it doesn't bend, it's just flat. My lower back, not my entire back, because your back should have curve naturally. But I visualize my lower back just stable, like it has a steel plate on it. And that really helps me make this connection. I just finished a 30-minute run. That's why I'm glistening right now. But it was freaking amazing. And I was able to actually go a little bit faster at the end. And I've come to realize, and I already knew this from my years of playing soccer, but when it comes to your runs, the first 10 minutes are ass. They are literally the worst. So yeah, past minute 15 is when it started to feel like significantly better, but there were still like some ups and downs. Of course, I used my mental gymnastics, aka the entity of lust that I created, to help keep me pushing, and it always fucking pulls through along with the playlist that I created for lust. So right now I'm cooling down and I'm drinking some Chinese herbs in form of granules that my sister got for me that are also supposed to aid in weight loss. I've been doing good about my food too. I just felt great, honestly. Just wanted to do a quick 2-second check-in. Where are we going, babe?
Sushi.
Eat some bomb sushi. I'm actually gonna record it. Hopefully I remember to record it before I stuff it in my mouth.
Mountain?
The which one?
Mountain?
Oh. Just finished a night gym sesh with my baby.
Hey, take me back. Imagine there's a... You're so cute. You're so beautiful.
So today is a work day. Well, almost every day is a work day. But I wanted to say something that I typically would write in like a diary or a journal, but I don't want to write because I've just become increasingly more infuriated with how slow my hand is compared to how fast I want it to be on the paper. And then also the impermanence of paper. Of course, things can be deleted digitally too, but it's a lot less likely if you put it on the interwebs. So anyway, I noticed that I was doing some type of work that typically would give me anxiety. And years ago, it would have gave me like so much anxiety to the point where I would be having to think of breathing and I would be sweating and all that stuff. So I feel like I've come a long way since then, but I was still surprised today when I was doing that type of work, and I felt so calm, or I guess the term would better I guess the better term would be neutral. I felt so neutral about it that it's like almost I was expecting to be stressed and then I wasn't, and then I was like, something's missing. It felt like something was missing. And I can't remember the last time I felt like that. Like, I know that a lot of the times we can get very accustomed to feeling negative things because that's our normal. So when we're healing and we're going through a lot of the things that we're supposed to go through in order to get to the other side so that we could be happier and live better lives, I feel like it's really easy to miss these moments. And I'm just so grateful because, I mean, I'm going to say something that always makes me laugh when people say it, because it's one of those things that we always say. We always say, I'm going to say this, and I know everybody says it, but it's because it works, and that is meditation. Mainly practicing the art of sitting still and getting into, I guess, what would be considered a trance state as soon as possible. So feeling that heaviness in my body and that almost slip, like that ease of separation between feeling all the things and then feeling almost none of the things except for maybe like this general heaviness. And that's what I look for, and I've been able to do that pretty fast now because I've been meditating as often as I have, but also like all of the years of meditations and visualizations and trance journeys and rituals and, you know, all that stuff. Like all of that definitely played a part into like everything that I'm able to do now and who I am now and the progress that I make and the rate that I make that progress now. Like all of those things have led up to this point, right? But yeah, I was doing this activity that generally would make me super, super anxious. And in the past, it's made me less anxious because I've been working on it. But I was doing it today, and I had written on my planner that I was going to attempt to do that. And the way that I like convinced myself to do this is that I told myself that I wasn't going to really do it. I told myself that I was going to attempt to do it. So as to like trick my brain into like, you don't have to stress out about it because we're not really doing it. We're just going to fake do it. Like we're just going to try it out. And then that way we know what it feels like. And then we can go back to the drawing board and make adjustments because that's something I'm actually good at. It's the execution part that's hard, not the reviewing and not the planning. It's just the action, right? So I was eating crackers. That's why I keep going crackers in my teeth. But yeah, so that's how I convinced myself to get ready to do it. And then when I was doing it, I was like, I might as well do it right now. Like I have all the things. I'm pretty much doing it already. And then I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like this doesn't even have bad. And then as I was continuing with the thing, now fully aware that I'm doing the thing, I kept like stopping and kind of like looking for something, and I realized it was my anxiety. I was looking for my anxiety, and I was like, the bitch is not here. The bitch left the room. I mean, I'm glad because I tried to kick her out so many times and she never fucking left until now, but like that was nice. And this is also not to say that I've completely dominated all anxiety, but in regards to that one task, I think that I can say that it is definitely a huge, huge improvement. So I just wanted to document that on here because it's so important to me. Yeah, that's about it. So while I wait for my friend Ileana to arrive for our gym sesh, I thought I would just update you guys on something. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of vlogging like I was when I was doing Vlogmas or Bruhexmas, which is what I called it. which I was uploading on the daily, and I still can't believe I fucking did that. Of course, the quality of the clips, a bit questionable, but I'm proud of it and I love doing it, so it is what it is. Anyways, I'm out of the habit of vlogging and I'm trying to get back into it again, so this is me trying to get back into it again. I should have vlogged yesterday, which was a hike that we did in Claremont, and I didn't. I completely failed, but maybe it was a good thing I didn't vlog because I was dying halfway through the hike. It was nothing but uphill and stairs. So, or steps, I don't know, whatever. Either way, I had my my Garmin watch on me, which tracks, you know, my activity and all that stuff. And we climbed a total of 48 floors, just to let you know like how much of an incline this shit was, right? So it was brutal. But I'm not really sore today, except for like the front part of my lower leg, my shins. But we're still gonna hit legs today at the gym, which is what the plan is within the next like half hour or so. But I did want to update y'all on something. If you don't know, I do have an herbal-based business. I am a co-founder of this business, and the name of this business is Xeden. You can find us on Instagram. It's Xeden.co. You can also type that into your web browser, Xeden.co, and it will take you to our lovely website. And we sell, as of now, we are selling 4 different herbal teas. We're about to start selling tinctures soon. We've also made some other products, but we haven't fully released them yet. Like we've made healing salve, and we've made some oils, but we're really trying to refine our labeling, and that's been a little bit hard. And we're actually working on relabeling for our teas. So we're in the middle of a lot of things right now, and a lot of decisions need to be made. But anyways, that's been great, and we've been making great progress. Not just like, because there's so many different components to this, right? It's not just like, oh, you make something and then you just try to sell it and sell as much as possible. I mean, I guess that is all it is for some people that are just trying to make a profit. But if you're really putting yourself into this branding, into this business, and you're trying to also grow as a person while you're trying to grow your business, it's a lot more involved. But we decided that we were going to try to do more markets this year. We've only ever done one, and that was October of last year. But it's also not an old business, so it's not like we've been like in production for years and years, right? So one of our goals, or one of my goals, my sister, I don't know how she felt about it in the beginning. This was kind of like something that I wanted to do because, whoa, camera, my arm got tired. This is something that I really wanted to do because of my history of being an introvert and having some social anxiety. Is I wanted to get to the point where I'd be comfortable not only talking and interacting with customers, but doing it in a more fast-paced, in-your-face way, which is what markets are, especially the busy markets. So that's one of the reasons that one of my goals for the business was to do more markets. And I did do a market with my friend last year, but it was for her business, Soul Seeking Adventures. She does have an Etsy store. I had to, whatever. I don't know why I always over-explain myself, but my watch rang an alarm and I had to look at it, whatever. But yeah, I went with my friend last year to one of her markets to assist her, and it was the Magic Market. And I really enjoyed that market. That was the only market that I had ever done where I was behind the booth and it was that busy. So I loved the experience, and it was really busy and fast paced, but I don't know, there was something about the energy and the people there that it was just, I don't know, it was a great experience, right? And I do have a vlog of that, I think in the middle of, or maybe at the beginning of December. It's one of the like first Bruxmas vlogs that I have, if you want to go check it out. Long story short, I took it upon myself to submit an application to be a part of the Magic Market that's now going to be taking place in OC, which is Orange County. They did do one in LA as well, but we didn't meet the deadline, and I was kind of waiting on something, and it just didn't happen. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, you know, we'll try for the next one. I was like, I have no idea when that's going to be. Like, it's probably going to be at least 2 months from the one that they just got applications for. Like, damn, like, I was a little disappointed. And then they announced that they're going to start hosting one in OC. And I was like, fuck yes, we're applying for it. I applied for it, and we finally got the news. Was it yesterday or the day before? I forget. But we got an email saying that we got accepted as a vendor, and we are so happy. And it's really exciting, but it also lit a huge fire under our ass, because that means we need to get the labeling settled. The packaging needs to be also settled, not only for our teas, but also for the new products we're going to be taking to the market. And then there's a couple of other products that have been in the works that are more on the witchy, or my side of things, I guess you could say, that I also want to take to the market. So there's just a lot of things that need to happen between now and when that market is. I don't know how many people that watch me are actually in Southern California or even around the Orange County area, but if they are and they want to go, I will put that information up. This is a ticketed event because they do get so packed and they do expect a big turnout. So it's not like you just go and you look at the vendors. You actually have to buy tickets to enter during a certain time slot to go into the magic market. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to show. There's a lot of other things that I haven't been sharing on here just because, like I said, I've really been deep into the work. But I have not forgotten YouTube. YouTube for me is very near and dear to my heart because this is where I first started becoming okay with putting myself out there. This is where I was letting myself just be myself, even though sometimes it was hard and I still felt like I sounded scripted. Like, this is where I first started being vulnerable about my feelings. Like, I have so many videos where I'm crying on here, you know, and sharing thoughts that I may be too scared to share in other public spaces, even though YouTube is public. This has just been a great space for me, so I don't plan on leaving it anytime soon. I just don't know how often I'm going to be posting on here. I'm going to try to start a new series as well. That's in the works too. Update, my friend's battery is corroded, so she's not going to be able to make it here. But because she was going to go to her parents' house, who do stay in the city, we're just going to go by and pick her up and then head to the gym. This is from my YouTube, so no importa si hay cochinero. In that case, and then you stick your foot up here, it's all crusty, imagine.
Crusty foot.